What's up, guys? So, this is going to be a very simple question video that I would like to ask as much of an audience as I can with something really basic, but its answer has actually got to be something bigger than a simple answer. I should have asked this question around the time when I was intensely inspired to, go into a discussion of anything to do with music than just asking you guys what's this or that about an album or a band. And this may lead into something quite philosophical, and you can have your own interpretation with this whole thing. The question I want to ask you guys is, how do you approach music, and what is the meaning behind your own choice of listening to it? It doesn't have to be just with one particular genre. It doesn't have to only focus on one thing. It can be split into different sections, or you can just combine it all into one thing. When it comes to myself, to answer this particular question, the more I think about it nowadays, well, pretty much ever since that I was so connected and yet inspired to be collecting as many albums as I can, both on CD or vinyl only, but I find music can be philosophical and yet very important, but there's a bigger meaning behind my own answer. Not just because that I am a full-time musician and that I wanted to make music as inspired as possible, but the inspirations can go behind the scenes, if you like, to describe it that way, of different albums through either a texture or just a particular sound. No matter what genre it is, there's always that attachment, this gravitation towards a particular sound, whether it's a vocal note or a musical note through different instruments. The reason why I would say more of this is because I have been coming back into different genres that I haven't been listening back to for a really long time. And just like what I've mentioned from my previous rambling video about music that speaks to you, it kind of moves forward into this similar type of way for my answer to this question. When I'm by myself, whatever mood that I will be in, the music is obviously the healer for anything, but there's a personal space of the soul of the music, that it not only has its own messages and clear answers to what you want to hear, but there's this emotional fulfillment when you can not only be inspired, but it is this moment when you can just get lost into it and be escaping the realism of reality and try not to think about the difficulties around that part of life. And it doesn't matter whatever genre I play, either through my CD player or my record player, but there is a meaning behind my choices of listening to a genre. Whether it's going to be sometime when I would be listening to music here in this bedroom, either with my headphones with my laptop in front of me that I'm using, or lying on my bed and specifically focusing on the texture, to the production, to the behavior of an artist or a band. I'll give you some examples here. So sometimes I do go out for walks, and there are albums that I've been listening to on Spotify with my Raycon earbuds. I listen to music to be on my own and, I guess isolate from the public eye. I do walk around through the local park, and besides that there's a decent amount of people, or just a few amount of people, I look outside, I look at the trees, I look at the sky, but it's depending on the mood, on whoever I'm listening to. So one of these occasions I would listen to the second Alcest album, and artworks like this I can just look and stare at. It's not just because it's just artwork. There's a meaning behind something that's as detailed as this. From the moment I have been playing this, from the tonality of the band, to the clean guitars, to the swimmingly gorgeous production, from its softness to its moments of intensity, even the style of the music, it can be shoegazy, but most of the time these guys are like a black gaze band. But I like that combination. A combination of two different genres, or anything that has to do with a particular sound, I will be invested in heavily. Something as personal that I would be relating to, like this album, Saturday Night Wrist by Deftones. And obviously with its subject matters, it's one of those albums, like others I love, from artists like with Neil Young to Bob Dylan and John Lennon, etc., and with bands as well. But with something like this, I would be connected into this different experience, this emotion. There's a lot of this personality that I would be joining into what any type of lyric or concept is saying. And concept albums can be something that is personal, even if it's something fictional or weird but fascinating, like The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, or something dark like Marillion's Brave, or something that you can feel any difference of emotion and it speaks with you. There's a lot of things that I would be looking forward to with your answers in the comments, but an artistic amount of expression to detail and its own separate answers to what you've been thinking about, even if it's nothing to do with music. Art, like music, can give you the best of both worlds. Your own ability to be so fixed into any genre, but it paints something that comforts you, it suits you, it makes you be you. And that is another beautiful thing why music is the bestest thing in the entire world. And you can have your own approaches, in your own vision, in your own direction, with your own taste and hobbies. It can not only just be music, it could be biographies or books of a fictional story. But I would see music to have the most emotional answer to give for me, and I am hoping that it would be doing the same for you. There's the talking and there's the sound. And once you hear the matched pieces of these things all together, it's a complete, whole, wide, and yet spreading and inspiring connection that you can give. I know that my answer is full of these random things, but I wanted to say what I wanted to say. It's personal because when it comes to myself speaking my mind of anything in things like this, I just want to be like that. I'm not only saying this just for myself, but to address it with you guys. I don't want to be like I'm the only one who thinks about these ways. Let me know in the comments, what is your approach when you listen to music or just anything about music that you would be 100% be involved with. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep you guys posted for more videos in the near future.